Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video and the Strength Ultimate Gohan's final test. We're taking him into the legendary GT Goku event, but as we're getting into it, if you could drop a like, subscribe if you're new, that'd be very much appreciated. But so far, the other two tests, if you will, he's done amazingly in them. We haven't started out with the ideal rotation, which is of course him with the Tech Ultimate Gohan. And he done ever so well in ESBR, even in an event that isn't ideally made for how he's built. You know, he's a lot better in longer events, so you can actually really get his attack stat up and going, start dealing some more damage. And then he done incredibly well in the Fighting Legend Vegeta event as well, even with height disadvantage in the final phase against SSBE. Fortunately for us, we avoided any type of super attacks, but on normals, he's tanking for basics, especially when that guard is active. And that guard, funny enough, every time I've used him so far, that guard is typically active more often than not. Even though there's a high chance, there's no way around it, there's no added bonus, there's no increased chance. It is just a high chance to guard, which is a 50-50 coin toss chance of getting his guard active. So I don't know, maybe I've just been lucky, but he done really well there. And as I've already mentioned before, the rotation of him and the Tech Ultimate Gohan, having Tech Ultimate Gohan in slot 1 and then him in slot 2, probably has to be one of the better rotations in the entire game. Like, it just has to be. You know, they're already both amazing defensively. You know, Tech Ultimate Gohan favoring a bit more in defense, you know, because he does build up defense, he has permanent guard. He's one of the best TYs in the game, especially when it comes to being one of the best TYs defensively. His damage output's quite decent, but defensively, one of the best in the game. Strength EZA Ultimate Gohan, if his guard is active, again, defensively, he is still pretty good. He might not tank, you know, some super attacks for double digits, but he will still tank them very well. He will firm them. He will still tank them for, like, you know, a couple of thousand, you know, and under, which is still really good compared to a lot of other units in the game. But then he's the better one offensively, who of course stacks attack. And you know, while his attack stat does start kind of lowish, you know, that's no worries. That's completely fine, considering once you start supering, you start building up his attack stat a bit, you can get to like 4 million in no time. 4 million above in no time. And when you take him into an event like this, of course being a longer event in the GT Goku event, of course, you can get his attack stat, especially if you stall for a bit, which, you know, taking some of the better teams that do damage is a little bit difficult to do. But if you stall for a bit, you can easily have his attack stat ranging from easy like over 5 mil, 6 mil minimum, which is of course insane. So essentially you have the best of both worlds. They're both amazing defensively. You have the Tech Ultimate Gohan in slot 1, handling slot 1, which not a lot of units in the game can do. You know, we constantly have back and forth and argument on Twitter. You know, a lot of people do when it comes to hard events in the game, and, you know, soon to be on Global in the anniversary, especially now in Red Zone, of how good a unit actually is. Oh, he goes in slot 1 and doesn't tank like this. You know, we've seen it with the Margin Vegeta a few months back for Saiyan Day. You know, not a lot of units are literally ideally created for being slot 1 units. However, the Tech Ultimate Gohan can handle slot 1. Probably is one of the better units in the game at handling slot 1. So then having the Strength EZA Ultimate Gohan in slot 2, as I said, just kind of creates almost one of the best rotations in the game. Now, they don't perfectly link up. As I've mentioned before, the fact that they link so well together, you know, 4 out of 7 links prior to Tech Ultimate Gohan transforming, and then once he transforms 5 out of 7, you know, immediately that's some added value to Strength Ultimate Gohan, because then he's making Tech Ultimate Gohan better, and then that's increasing Tech Ultimate Gohan's value, because now he has a great viable unit to link up with him, making him perform better. And the one other thing that I have said, and I've said this quite a lot on stream, which by the way, this is taken from stream, link in the description down below if you want to drop it for me or follow on Twitch, is that once you can run these two on a 200% category lead together, this is probably going to be considered one of the better EZAs in the game. I mean, he's already a fantastic EZA as it is, but you'll probably get some more recognition for being one of the better EZAs. And not only that, both the Tech Ultimate Gohan and the EZA Ultimate Gohan or the strength one specifically, in this case, will probably be considered one of the best rotations in the game. Not for linking perfectly, but for linking as well as they do. And as I said, this EZA Ultimate Gohan's added some extra value to the Tech Ultimate Gohan, even though he's already considered one of the best TURs in the whole game. So once these two actually get a 200% category lead you can take them both on, then immediately these two are probably the best one of the best rotation in the game. Just because not only is it so amazing defensively, and of course Tech Ultimate Gohan's one of the best defensive units in the game, but there's a nice balance between how good they are defensively, like not just good defense, but like as in, you know, brick wall, tanking everything really well. You have a unit that is amazing in slot 1, like one of the best slot 1 units in the game, and then someone who's great at dealing damage, even with his attack stat not even fully built up. The Strength EZA Ultimate Gohan actually still puts out some pretty good numbers, and actually can still deal some actual good damage that you see pop up, especially hitting a crit, and that's even before he's really got his attack stat going. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people, you know, admit, you know, this Ultimate Gohan's pretty good, and he is pretty good. But the one thing that a lot of people mention is, you know, he isn't that great because he doesn't have a 200% category lead, which of course, you know, there's not that many 200% category leads in the game in the first place currently, but you know, after about a year, the majority of units are probably going to be under a 200% category lead. So just give it time. Just give it time, because once he is on a 200% category lead, that means both him and the Tech Ultimate Gohan on a 200% category lead, which, as I said, will easily be one of the better rotations in the game because of how good it is defensively, and in a longer event, how good it can be offensively, especially when it comes to the Strength Ultimate Gohan. So just bear with. Just bear with. Once these two get a 200% category lead, he's definitely going to take a step up. I mean, we've seen it so many times, you know, we've done so many videos on the channel, you know, even just on Global right now, with the Dokkan Fest Margin Vegeta's EZA under his 200% lead of, you know, Gifted Warriors, Vegeta's Family, Gifted Warriors, Margin Buu Saga. A lot of these units that were, you know, quite good, decent, even the units were some of the better ones in the game, like Super Vegeta being one of the best TURs in the game. Every single unit takes such a big step up, receives such a big upgrade by being on a 200% category lead, and it's insane. So as I said, with all the people that are sitting there going, you know, well, he doesn't have a 200% category lead, you know, he's decent, but he's not as good as everyone makes out, you know, they're kind of downplaying him slightly. I know that's probably the minority, you know, Twitter's always going to be the minority, they're always the loudest. Just bear with. Bear with. You know, we've seen time and time again on Twitter, you know, people being like, oh, this guy doesn't have a 200% category, so immediately this makes this unit better. You know, kind of, yes, you're not wrong, but, you know, we still don't have that many 200% category leads in the game, so just bear with. Don't discredit a unit just because they don't have a 200% category lead. You know what these units can do. And that's the same thing for Strength Ultimate Gohan with his EZA. Once he's on a 200% category lead, those same people will probably put their hands up and go, do you know what, he's probably one of the better EZAs in the game. And again, especially when both of them are on rotation on a 200% category lead, it's lights, man. As I said, it's lights, because that rotation is so good defensively, and the damage that EZA Strength Ultimate Gohan can get to, of course, just within the realms of stacking, it's insane. It's insane. As you saw there, he got super attacked. In fact, no, I don't think he didn't get super attacked there, no. But as you've been seeing the whole time, you know, just purely highlights essentially of him. He's tanking incredibly well. He's tanking double digits on basics in one of the harder events currently on Global. You know, theoretically, the Vegeta event is probably the harder event for him just because the final phase is type advantage and also lowers defense. But as you've been seeing in both of these, if you watch both videos, even the ESBR video on basic attacks, he tanks double digits. Obviously, we'll be tanking double digits on basics when guard is active, but tanks pretty much nothing even when his guard isn't active. You know, which is great. I mean, that high chance to guard coming off more often than not is fantastic. And you know, once the guard is activated, which I actually learned the other day, which I left in the comments of one of his videos. Once you get hit, I actually didn't know this, you only know when you're guarding, or guard only activates literally once you get hit. Which I actually didn't know. So, you know, all them times I was looking for an additional to come off, actually wasn't telling me if his guard was active. Or maybe it was, who knows, but your guard doesn't activate until you actually get hit. So yeah, you know, the more you know the way guard actually works. But, you know, that's also very handy as well, especially in a longer event. You know, when his guard is activated, he has a high chance of performing an additional super attack, which is great, especially on top of the fact that, you know, a lot of you probably have dupes in him, which means he's stacking his attack stat quicker. You know, we got him up to like, what, 6 mil on a super here? You could easily get him higher, obviously, if you took your time a bit more and stalled a bit more. But even then, he's still dealing great damage, tanking double digits on basics. He will tank only a couple, like, maybe like 10k on a super from full power SSJ4 Goku without an item active with guard. And obviously, you know, even though that's not double digits, that's still really, really good. So, you know, he's a very impressive EZA, and as I've already stated so many times, once he has a 200% category lead, and especially now that Tech Ultimate Gohan has a decent linking partner with him who is viable in slot 2, while Tech Ultimate Gohan's in slot 1, this is going to be the better rotations in the game, especially once they are both on a 200% category lead. He's a very good, diverse EZA, very, very good. And I'm thoroughly impressed, but he has done great in every single hard event we've currently taken him on global. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace!